What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets REACT, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. Super excited about this video. If you're new to us
and we're new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell
because we're on the road to 200K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, alright? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Is the gulden. It was the Dutch currency for hundreds of years. Then it disappeared.
Vanaf 2002 gaan we immers allemaal betalen met de euro.
This was a shame. Not the euro, but the death of the design. Its colors outdid every dollar. Its lighthouse stood above all buildings, and its portraits embarrassed the queen. Some say even killed her. The gulden changed the face of cash forever. I believe it's the best paper money ever made. But why? Why was Dutch money so different? Why does it look so strange?
Nog steeds hoor, als ik mijn biljetten zie, dan vind ik dat hele leuke biljetten, ja.
Ocha Oxenaar was different. He designed government-issued stamps with dramatic, playful colors. Then he used brand new techniques like computer-generated graphics to create complicated geometrical patterns. In the 60s, he made the Erflaters, a series of 5 portrait banknotes from the Vondel, a writer, Hals, a painter, Zweelinck, a composer, De Ruyter, a naval commander, and of course, Spinoza. Together, they all look kind of odd. Oxenaar's faces look more like they belong in a comic than on a banknote.
Dutch notes are very distinctive. They are unlike any other central bank's notes that I'm aware of. Visually very striking, but I could imagine that not everybody likes them.
When you think of money, you think of value. A medium for you to exchange one thing for another. But money is also branding.
Right.
There are millions of tiny billboards spread across an entire country. It's a place where a nation shows what it stands for, a canvas to display national heroes and icons. So why do Oxenaars feel like he's making a joke?
The notes had to have portraits on them of famous historical figures which would not create any political problems.
Portraits are the most used images on currency, and they can be a bit touchy. For some, a nation is nothing more than the sum of its people. We use portraits to hold some up as lessons and inspiration. For others, though, portraits can lift up people whose value system is out of date, maybe even threatening. Statues, intentional or not, can be monuments to colonizers, slave owners, and authoritarians. Maybe the same could be said of the faces we put on currency. Should Andrew Jackson, a president and also slave owner, be replaced by Harriet Tubman, a slave emancipator? Should we avoid figures entirely? The genius of Oxenaar's designs is that it didn't matter. He neither avoided people entirely or kept them. He caricatured them.
I like that.
This is George Washington. Fuck yeah, president. And this is Michiel de Ruyter.
Kids will like that.
If you live in a country whose banknotes scream, "Take me seriously," keeping or removing a portrait will always be a controversy. If you have banknotes that play the fool, well, then there's not much of a throne to fight over. The Erflaters changed portrait currency.
So do we wait for them to raise a question whether they want to change the face of a banknote or the style, the color, or do we just address it ourselves and bring it to their attention to let them know we feel like it's time for this type of change to happen? Because oftentimes we wait for things to hit the media, and sometimes we're probably too late by then. Because when it hit the media, they already got the answer. They just letting it be known that this is the steps there was taken before they actually show y'all the results of what they made the decision on.
Right. That is why you need to be in tune with the state representatives so you can know the values of these people, what these people are fighting for, what they're representing, because they're representing your district.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, that's why we need to make sure we know what's going on with our state representatives.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's deeper thoughts that I really
want to.
Yeah, I really want to add more into this, but we're going to see what they say.
Second series that turned it on its head. He was asked to replace the 100 gulden and add a 50 and 250 banknote. For the 100, he replaces the naval commander, not with someone else, but with a bird. This was crazy. A snipe doesn't have ties to citizenship. It's a bird found in marshy land that happens to be in the Netherlands, but it is by no means the Netherlands. For hundreds of years, money was intimately tied to the faces of rulers, earth-changing scientists, and artists. Oxenaar played a joke on them all. He made the 100 gulden the first banknote in the Western world to no longer be a portrait, just a bird. With the 50 gulden banknote, he changed it up again.
Now, I don't quite remember because it was a long time since we reacted to this, but I believe Australia, or New Zealand. Which one has a kiwi? New Zealand.
New Zealand.
New
Yeah.
Zealand. I believe they have the kiwi on the banknote. I could be wrong, but it's one of them that have like a animal or a bird on it.
A lot of countries I know of them have like animals on their money.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. So
I don't know, or maybe this was before they did it. I don't know.
He proposes a sunflower, another object with no clear ties to a nation, but still an indirect homage to Van Gogh.
The glue had made the bee fall off from the top onto the flower, as though it flew there.
The 50 mark is horizontal. Some of its text is vertical. This tempts the owner to turn the bill around. You hand the cashier not money, but a flower. Finally, there's the lighthouse, Oxenaar's last and probably most beautiful banknote.
Zie je in het bankbiljet dat er hele kleine lettertjes verwerkt zijn.
Oxenaar wanted to make currency that symbolized the Netherlands without being a cliché.
No windmills, clogs, cows, or tulips.
Okay.
Instead of projecting what the Dutch are loudly, Oxenaar intentionally chose symbols that were a bit more normaal.
I like that.
He then took it a step further by converting these symbols into security features. Banknotes need to be secured against forgery. That's why banks will issue paper money with watermarks, so the bills are harder to copy. Oxenaar also designed watermarks, but they were different. Instead of heads or angels, Oxenaar chose animals. For the 100, the watermark is the head of a snipe. On the flower, it's a bee. And on the lighthouse, a dune rabbit.
Als je nou wilt nagaan of een bankbiljet van 250 echt is of niet, wat kun je dan het beste doen? Nou, dan neem je het bankbiljet, je houdt het tegen het licht en dan zie je verschijnen een watermerk. Een schaduwwatermerk. Waarom? Omdat er lichte en donkere plekjes in zitten. Lichter en donkerder dan de rest van het papier.
Wow.
You can look through the note and you see a watermark that is a rabbit. It was a rabbit belonging to my girlfriend. Everybody has to walk around with my rabbit in their pocket. I like that.
Kijk eerst langs het biljet en dan zie je...
Yeah, he was playing games.
yeah, he said I had to make them think about me no matter what. This is gonna put we're gonna put a rabbit on there. That's different though. I mean, okay.
I like it. I like with the handing a person a flower, how symbolic it is.
Definitely.
The bunny rabbit is just funny to me.
Yeah.
But the lighthouse, you know, just how they place things.
Yeah.
And I love that it's not like he made it not so serious, maybe. And knowing
In a way, sort of so at the same time.
yeah, like
it was.
a bunny rabbit as a watermark.
Yeah.
As a security feature. You know, so it kind of, to me, it makes me think of who the Dutch are. How they are, you know, of course we know that they're serious people,
Yeah.
but they enjoy life.
Yeah, this
That's
is a good
what it
way to
makes
be
me think of.
distinctive too, though, man. I mean, the money is it's obviously nice looking, so
Yeah.
they did that.
It's cool.
Een vogeltje zit in een schoolekster. Dat is een plaatje wat eigenlijk bestaat uit tweeën. De voorkant is de helft en de achterkant is ook de helft van die schoolekster. En als je dat nou tegen het licht houdt, dan wordt het één compleet
A
plaatje.
watermark.
On the 10 gulden bill and on the Spinoza are fingerprints.
I put something personal into this, my fingerprint in the hair of one of the world's most important philosophers,
Okay.
Spinoza. Very
Alright.
unholy of me, not very
The
nice.
smudge of a finger is so sloppy that no serious artist would dare to include it. Oxenaar did it anyway. By the time that the Dutch National Bank realized what they were, it was too late. A joke in the pockets of an entire population.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, the bunny rabbit, but the fingerprint.
Yeah, I could get the bunny rabbit, but the fingerprint is starting to seem a little bit possessive now.
Yeah, it's like he really wanted to make history with this.
Yeah,
So hey, no matter what, I'm gonna have something about this gonna date back to me.
yeah, they gonna always, my people will always
Always.
know about me.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, that's really
I want to see how they age. Like, I want to see what they did
Is
when
the
they
nice
figured it
part
out.
of making banknotes. You can make monuments by the millions.
He did the same for the lighthouse. In the beacon, he hid 3 women's names: his granddaughter, girlfriend, and friend. The engraver had included these names,
Is it a monarch?
also completely unknown to the Dutch National Bank. The combination of security features and Oxenar's personal humor was a reoccurring theme.
The smallest lettering that you see in that white square, well, this is meant so that when you are sitting somewhere in a private place like the toilet or somewhere like that, you have something to read.
Another counterfeiting technique is microprinting. Banks will put tiny design-printed features onto a banknote. This makes it difficult for counterfeiters to reprint it accurately with a standard photocopying machine. This can be done by printing small lines of text, but that's kind of boring. It's a security feature that's just kind of slapped on to the design.
The artist comes along, hands over his sketches, his ideas, and then they tell him, the design had to be changed, that's our job, we are responsible for security.
Het is natuurlijk altijd voor elk technisch bedrijf een uitdaging om de wensen en de ideeën, de gedachten dus, van de ontwerper te kunnen verwezenlijken.
It's one way of doing it, treating a banknote design and its security feature as separate jobs. But there is also another way. You make the security features an integral part of the design.
I said I have to have unrestricted access to every detail, to every technique, to every secret, otherwise I cannot make a good design. I must know what the techniques are. The bank accepted this.
You can add a bunch of small thin lines because it makes the banknote secure. Or you can add a bunch of small thin lines because it's necessary for it to look good.
Uitgangspunt bij het ontwerpen van de Nederlandse bankbiljetten is tweeledig eigenlijk. Dat het goed te produceren en ook goed te beveiligen moest zijn en daarnaast een goed gebruiksartikel. En dat is ook de reden waarom die biljetten er eigenlijk anders uitzien dan bijna alle andere biljetten in de wereld. Het is niet zomaar een optelsom van die factoren, maar het is een gevolg van een ontwerpconcept.
For the 100, 250, and 50 gulden, each had their own simple primitive in the background, where you could find hundreds of microlines changing and adjusting to different areas in a grid. Were these necessary for the design or for the security? The beauty is that you can't tell.
Voor alle bankbiljetten, dus niet alleen voor 250, geldt nog een 4e echtheidskenmerk en dat is de plaatdruktechniek. Dat kun je namelijk voelen met je vingertoppen. Als je langzaam over het biljet strijkt met je vingertop, dan voel je daarin dikke en grove lijnen. Dat zijn dikke inktlijntjes die erop gebracht zijn door het toepassen van een speciale druktechniek.
I chose very elementary colors because it was a small series of only 5 values.
Instead of single colors or muted ones, Oxenar fought for vibrant reds, blues, yellows, and greens.
When I made my first banknote, the printers maintained that more color was an impossibility. They said, when you use a green, it must be very dark and blackish green, otherwise it's not safe. I discovered that this was not true. I just had to keep on asking and asking.
Oxenar's banknotes did not only stand out next to single-colored banknotes, but they also stood out among the colored ones. It's almost as though Oxenar's banknotes were like Monopoly money.
You ain't losing them.
Which is, well,
That's
exactly what
like,
they
really.
were.
I mean, yeah, like imagine you trying to look for a $20 bill that you done left on the dresser or something and it fell off mistakenly, right? You're going to spot it before you walk in it, like right when you walk in the room because of the color pattern it has, and I think that's just unique.
It do give me Monopoly, but I mean...
That too, yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know him, so I don't understand the sense of humor that he has, but that's what it started to seem like throughout all of this.
Yeah.
He's just playing around.
Clear as I wanted money to be was Monopoly money. That was nice money in my eyes, so I hope that my own work looks a little bit like that.
You don't need to look at the number on Monopoly money to recognize its value.
Right.
The design is clear, the layout standardized, and the typography loud. With the gulden, it was the same. At a moment's notice, the faintest glimpse, you could identify exactly which banknote it was. The specific colors that were chosen were almost nearly perfect. The primary colors blue, red, and yellow are the most visually clear for the human eye. Oxenar believed the notes which were used the most should also reflect that. When the value of the money was higher, only then would you find the secondary colors, a dignified green or a royal violet. If you're colorblind, you're probably not getting this video, but you could also still determine the gulden's value from large legible letters.
The objective was to use very clear typography so that when you folded up the note, you could see what the value of the banknote was at least 4 times.
Bolksenaar's designs were influential. For the euro, they didn't consider using separate colors until the Dutch National Bank submitted a proposal based on his designs. He changed the rules for what a banknote could and should look like.
Okay.
Iets is dat diep in Nederlanders aanspreekt. Als je vlak bij de kust woont, dan is dit zo'n markeringspunt en een beveiligingspunt tussen water en land. Ik denk dat het een heel mooi symbool is en heel herkenbaar voor Nederlanders, zo levende achter de dijk.
Yeah, man, that was dope. Look, he didn't even just change the rules up. He's able to put his own secret symbolic messages in the banknotes. So when you're on the toilet, like he said, you'll be able to read your money. I've never seen a Dutch flash money like how we be flashing it out here.
Nah.
Like how we do it, like y'all colorful with it. Like it'll be dope.
Yeah. But then nosy people could be able to tell how much money you have in your hand. They wouldn't be able to do the arm.
Unless you have one banknote that's just very, very high. You know what I'm saying? They dark green, just
right. They be
let
like,
it rain
look
like
how
that.
much money he have. You know the youngsters, they be putting money on their arm.
Yeah.
And they just be flashing money. You know our money is all one color, so.
Except for our blue. I feel like we did a thing with that, with the blue face. But at the same time, it's like, I feel like they played with it. It's like, we could do more if we wanted to.
They could have, but that was so long ago since a new banknote was posted.
Yeah, that's our $100 bill.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But that was a cool video. We hope you guys enjoyed it with us. Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you soon. Peace.